Hi, Tyler Infidelity here. Today we're going to talk about a pretty complicated headphones. It'll take a few minutes to get through this. This is the new Sony wireless noise canceling headphone, the MDR1000X. This is a $349 headphone, so it's about the same price as the Bose Quiet Comfort 35, which is also a wireless noise canceling headphone. I think this headphone is dead sexy looking. It's a really good looking headphone. These are artificial leather, but protein leather covers on the outside of the pads. The internal pads here are nice memory foam covered with protein leather. They're a big, ample ear cushion hole. The headband pad is nice and soft. These were quite comfortable. I wouldn't characterize them as quite as comfortable as the Bose, because the Bose really has a lot of room deep in the back of the ear, and this doesn't have quite so much. But still, these are close. These are good, very comfortable headphone, good looking headphone. They have a number of features on them. This is there's a whole bunch of stuff on here. Oh, before I get away from the build quality of it, let's go take a quick look at the accessories. They do come with a little clamshell case that allows you to fold up the headphones and put them in there like that, which is pretty nice. There's a little pocket there for the adapter for the headphone, for the airline adapter. And then it does come with a cable. This is about a 5-foot long cable with TRS 3.5 millimeter TRS connectors on the end, 90-degree angle for the player end, straight in on the headphone. It's kind of a funny, kind of a little bit of a hard rubber exterior on this cable, and here in Montana, when it gets cold in the winter, I've seen this cable on other Sony headphones, and it gets really stiff when it's cold. You can play the headphone when the battery runs out on the cable, and you can play it powered with the cable attached. Sound quality is quite good with the cable attached and the noise canceling on, but not so good with the noise canceling off. Has a very short USB connector cable to come on to charge the headphones. When you plug the headphones in to charge them, they will not go active. So you can plug them into a USB connector to charge them and use the wire passively. But I really think this is too short a cable to use that way, so I wish they would have put a longer cable in there. And they also go on at great length about how this is a high-res capable headphone. It's got some cool 9624 Bluetooth transmission capability, but only with Sony proprietary stuff. At any rate, when you plug it into a computer, I would have hoped with a headphone that aims to be a high resolution at a premium price like this is, that you could use it as a digitally out, a USB digital to the headphones, but you can't. They turn off. They don't do anything except run passive on a wire when you're charging them. So that's kind of an odd thing. At any rate, so they got a bunch of features, most of which you turn on with these buttons right here. So it's a noise canceling headphone. You can turn noise canceling on and off, of course. It also has an ambient, they call it Ambient Aware mode, or ambient sound mode. I think Ambient Aware was one of the other manufacturers. Everybody's got a newfangled name for that. But anyway, you push this button once when the noise canceling is on, and what it does is the noise canceling remains in the mode that it's in, either on or off. But when you push the Ambient Aware button, you can either hear the outside world with relatively normal frequency response, so it's sort of relatively transparent, or you can go into voice mode where it continues to suppress low frequency information, but there's enough of the high frequency, upper mid and high frequency information coming through that you can understand voices and stuff like that. So in that voice aware mode, you get rid of a lot of noise in the background, but you can still hear like announcements and people calling your name and stuff like that. if you hold the noise canceling button down, it actually goes into a mode where it calibrates the noise canceling feature. And I did test this out. You'll have to look at the article on innerfidelity.com with the link below in the video here. But it did work. It's a little strange. It didn't make a lot of difference, but it did consistently improve the noise canceling by a few dB. So if you don't normally wear glasses and then you put the headphones on over a pair of sunglasses or something, you can calibrate the noise canceling to account for the fact that now there's a little leak in there. Or if you have long hair and then got your hair cut short and there's less of a leak due to your hair, you could recalibrate it for that. Let's see. And the controls for the headphone are touch controls, so you can swipe up to bring the volume up or down to bring the volume down, track forward or track back, and tap if you want to pause the music or answer your phone. I found the gesture control on this kind of spotty. The up and down volume worked pretty reliably, as did the track forward and track back, but the pause seemed like only 1 in 3 or 4 times that I tried it would it actually instantiate a pause, play, answer the phone command. So that was kind of odd. Sound quality wise, I would say they're very pleasant and slightly warm sounding headphone. Bass is nice and tight, good and deep when it's in its active modes, so it does a good job in the bass. But the mid-range, as you start to go up through the mid-range, it starts to get kind of laid back, and especially laid back in the presence region, so it has kind of a veiled character to it for sure. And then the treble is good and fairly nicely balanced, but it's somewhat grainy sounding. But in the end, you know, those faults don't add up to much, but are just a bit veiled sounding, and it turns out to be quite a pleasant headphone to listen to. I think it's more pleasant to listen to than the Sennheiser PXC 550 or the JBL Everest Elite 700, any of those headphones. I still think the Bose wins it in terms of sound quality, as it's quite a bit clearer and more neutral. But it turns out that this the character of this sound is quite pleasant, so most people will find it quite enjoyable. But I would still take the Bose over this headphone in terms of sound quality. I guess that's about it. This is a very nice headphone. I'm going to give it a recommendation because it's cool looking and all that kind of stuff. And the Bose is getting a little dated with its looks and also with its lack of ambient aware features and stuff like that. It's a pretty plain Jane wireless noise canceller at this point, but it is more comfortable and it has more isolation than this one. And it has this one, the isolation is good but not great. And it's got better sound quality. So I don't know, I'd still take the Bose over this, but if you like the look of this thing and you're okay with that slightly veiled sound, it's still a very pleasant headphone. And so I'm certainly happy to give it a recommendation. All right, well, I hope you get the chance to hear one of these sometime soon, and also to see one and feel one and touch one, because I think this is a kind of look that we're going to start seeing more and more of. It's a good looking headphone, that's for sure. All right, we'll see you guys next time.